Hi there, it's Mr. Hirsch, and today I'm going to make a short video talking to you about inequalities. And I don't like the way that looks, so let's go a little bit thicker on our pencil and a little bit darker. Good. So today we're going to take some notes on inequalities. Inequalities means that something is going to be greater than something else, or something is going to be less than something else. They are not equal. So when we talk about inequalities, we talk about how to write them, how to say them, and how to graph them. So let's say we want to talk about two numbers in comparison, 3 and 5. If I were to ask you which of these is greater, you would say 5 is greater than 3. You could also say 3 is less than 5. So there is a way mathematically to draw that, as I'm guessing you know, and it is with this symbol right here. So that symbol means 3 is less than 5. It also means that you could say 5 is greater than 3, but you could write that like this. 5 is greater than 3. 5 is greater than 3. Now, there's another one that you could talk about when maybe it's an unknown number. You could say x is greater than 3, right? So you could say x, or an unknown number, is greater than 3. Now, maybe you want to say x is greater than or equal to 3. X is greater than or equal to 3. And finally, you could say 6 is less than or equal to x. Or let's actually do that differently. Let's say x is less than or equal to 6. X is less than or equal to 6. Now, we must know how to graph these. So when you are going to graph on a number line, let's look at the first one. The first one is just finding a dot, right? We're going to find that point on the number line. So let's do a new layer so that we don't have to erase. So let's say we want to find the number 3. We're going to start at 0, 1, 2, 3. Here's 3, and here's 5, right? 3 is less than 5. We all know that, right? On the number line, you can tell because on the number line, oops, hold on, that's not what I meant. On the number line, let's turn that off. That way is always going to be less than. And this way is always going to be greater than. I decided to write all caps that time. So if you move to the right, you are always going to see a number that is greater than. So 5 is greater than 3, like the second one. All right, so now let's look at our number line and let's see how are we going to draw this number. Let's make the size slant. Okay. This one, x is greater than 3. I'm going to make that one, oops, that's 2. Okay, we'll just do like this. So let's look at this number. X is greater than 3. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put a circle at 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's put a circle above. Okay, I need to move that a little bit. Let's see if I can figure out how to move that. Turn that off. Nope. Okay, must do a better job. Okay, so we're going to start with 3, and then we're going to go like so. Good. Here's our circle at 3. And then we want a line. It's greater than, x is greater than 3, so it goes to the right. And then at the end, because we want it to indicate it goes forever, we must turn it into an arrow. This is x is greater than 3. Now, let's get another one. Here we are looking, it will be yellow. X is greater than or equal to 3. So at this point, the difference with this one, when you see the equal sign, is that you must have a shaded in circle. So let's shade this circle in. We'll go paint. And more or less, our circle is shaded in. And now we want to draw our arrow, right? This is still greater than or equal to, so our arrow is still going to go this way. Let's make it longer so we can see it. Oops. So because this is a shaded in circle, maybe yellow wasn't the best choice there. That is greater than or equal to 3. And then our last one, let's say x is less than or equal to 6. Try to draw that one on your own number line while I set it up here. So first, we're going to find 6. We're going to draw a circle at 6. We are going to color in the circle. Oops. Color in the circle, then we're going to draw our lines. I could just freehand draw it, but I'm trying to learn these tools, so thank you for understanding. And this one is here. So if you are drawing an inequality and it is greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, always fill in your circles. Closed circle, oops, closed circle means or equal to. open circle means either greater than or less than. It does not include that point. So the closed in means it includes that point. Could be 6, might be less. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a fabulous day. There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about, kiddos, and that's when you have a problem that looks like this. If you have the opposite of x is less than 5, and you are going to solve this by multiplying or dividing by a negative. If you are going to multiply or divide by a negative, this ends up being x. This is 5 times negative 1 is negative 5, but you must flip the sign. So when multiplying or dividing by a negative, you must flip the sign. So it's, instead of the opposite of x is less than 5, it becomes x is greater than negative 5. Any negative number. You must. And that's all I have for you. Have a fabulous weekend. We will be doing two-step inequalities with multiplying and dividing by negative numbers next week.